Okay, so if you didn't understand what I just said, it's because you don't speak Mario and Luigi, RPG lingo, or Italian, if you want to call it that. Anyway, these are my final thoughts, or my thoughts on the remake of Mario and Luigi's Superstar Saga plus Bowser's Minions. So I freaking love this game. So basically, a while ago, a couple months ago now, I started to play the original Superstar Saga, replay again on the Nintendo Switch online system app. And it wasn't until like I started playing it and I started putting, pictures out there on the web, showing people what I was playing, that lo and behold, I discovered there was a remake of the game. And I had no freaking idea. I did not know. I really did not know. So I was like, what? And then I realized there was even sequels of the game. And like, I feel like I might have seen a commercial or two back in the day or something of like the sequels of the games, but I did not remember, and I did not know that there was even sequels of this game. So I was incredibly surprised, because the original Superstar Saga for the GBA, it was a game I played so much when I was a teenager. Like, so much. I played it a crap ton. And so when I found out there was a remake of that game plus sequels, I was like, dude, I need to buy them all. So I did. I bought them all. And I decided that I was going to play the remake of Superstar Saga right after I finished the original on the Nintendo Switch Entertainment app or whatever. So that's what I did. And I finally finished it. I finished it just the other day, this past weekend. And it was flippin' phenomenal. So first things first, let's talk about the game itself, the remake of it. And then let's talk about Bowser's Minions, which is like the mini game that comes with this remake. So this remake is for the 3DS, obviously. You should already know that by now. But it's freaking gorgeous, okay? So the sprite work from the original game, absolutely gorgeous. I loved it. I had no problems with it. But this like upscale version of like it actually looking more 3D, actually looking 3D, because the original was, mostly, it was like 2.5 or 2D, whatever. It honestly gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I love Mario and Luigi, how they look, the toads, the characters, the enemies, everything is redone to look so beautiful. I actually really also love like the differences in proportions of for example, Bowser. Bowser looks way cooler in this remake. He looked way more goofy in the original version, which is fine. I mean, he still looked, menacing and stuff, but in this version, Bowser looks like so much cooler. And then just like the enemies and everything just looks so good. Like, just so good. I absolutely love the upscale, the remake of the graphics. It's gorgeous. And then a lot of the features in the game, or a lot of the like basically how the game was like before, they got a lot of quality of life improvements, I would say. I still don't know if I necessarily prefer the original sort of like jumping mechanic style, where it was basically, there's many little changes on a lot of the battle mechanics and even the world like stuff. But basically, in the original, it was when you attacked as Mario or Luigi, and right before you hit an enemy, you'd hit A or B, and it was just a one attack jump, but if you hit A on time or B, it would do more damage. Whereas in this version, the remake, you would do a double jump. It does a double jump, so it's different. The other thing that was a little different, or maybe a little tweaked, was the hammer attack as well. The hammer attack was interesting because, before, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. I feel like it's maybe a little bit harder to actually, hit A on time, whereas before I feel like it was a lot easier. And then the fire, the hand abilities, I feel like they are a little more difficult to actually do as well. But they are also sped up a little bit. I feel like in the original version, it took a second longer to charge, and in this version, I feel like it's that much quicker. I feel like it's just a second faster. I could be wrong, but that's just kind of how I feel when I do those abilities or whatever. So yeah, but besides that, I mean, a lot of the stuff in the game was improved quite a bit, and the visuals as well. And one of the things I really appreciate was actually the little instructional videos of how to do like the bros attacks. Because, okay, I talked about this in my final thoughts video on the original game, but I had no idea how to actually perform the advanced versions of the bros moves. Like, once you do the bros attacks, once you do them enough, you can learn the advanced version where there's like extra inputs involved to make the attacks stronger, but I didn't even know how to do them. I accidentally learned how to do it. Like in the original version, I unlocked all of them, all the advanced versions, but I never knew how to actually do them. And like I was saying, I accidentally came across actually being able to do it literally in the last boss fight. I don't remember if it was Fawful or if it was Cackletta, but I literally didn't learn how to do the advanced bro attack, one of them, until the last boss fight, basically. And so, yeah, and then in this game, in this version, the remake, I really like how they made it more visually basically easier to understand that you can do it, and they even let you do like a little practice sort of version of the attack, kind of like in Mario Party, before you actually play a mini game, you got like a little practice round screen before you actually play it. So I really, really appreciated that, because I actually learned how to do every single one of the attacks. So I loved that about the remake, 100%. That was so much cool. That was so much cool. That was so much cool, bro. Freaking so much cool, man. I don't know what the heck happened there with my English. But anyways, so I really, really love all of the quality of life sort of like improvements. One thing I don't know if I like absolutely love as well is so for when you're brewing all of the drinks, the blends in Professor Egat's coffee bean shop, making that coffee. In the original game, you had to have like 99 of each bean, to do like the original drinks. And then like for the mixes, you have to like mix, like 20 or 30 of each different kind of bean or something like that. In this one, it's a lot easier. You literally just need like 10 freaking beans, of each flavor. They dramatically decreased the amount of beans you need to actually make blends and drinks, which is fine. I didn't think it was a huge issue, but I did feel like it kind of took a little bit away of wanting to gather more beans, grind for beans sort of thing, to get those, to catch them all, to get all the drinks, the blends. I will say in the original version, I didn't get all of them, but in this one I did. I 100%ed drink decks, and I also 100%ed my clothing decks, which is also pretty cool. And I love that, you get little, those things. It's pretty cool, 100%ing those things. But yeah, like, the freaking game is incredible. Overall, the improvements, from the graphics all the way to, like, the gameplay and the quality of life, things, everything just was incredible. I absolutely loved this game, this version of it. It totally built upon what was already an incredible experience, a nostalgic experience for me personally, and it just made it that much better. Absolutely incredible. And the soundtrack is basically the same, but I love the freaking music in this game. It's so good. The battle music, every single one of them, the sound effects, it's all just done so well. So overall, honestly, love the game. The difficulty was just right. I feel like Cackleta's fight at the end is really the Fawful's and Cackleta's fights in the end was for sure the most challenging fights in the game. Even in the original, it was like those two fights, it was like the spike and increase was, I felt like it was pretty significant in those two fights. But in this game, it's still about the same, but I would say that they kind of better, kind of leveled out that difficulty spike, if that makes sense. So in the original game, it was like dramatic as hell, and this one, it was still like definitely a spike and increase, but not as crazy, if that makes sense. I feel like it was a little better, evened out, if that makes sense, wow. But yeah. So yeah, overall, freaking love this game. So freaking good. If you haven't played it, totally play it. Whatever version you can get your hands on, even if it's the original on the Nintendo Switch Online app thingy, do that. It's such a freaking good game. Okay, love it. All right, let's talk about Bowser's Minions. Oh my gosh, bro. Let me tell you about Bowser's Minions, bro. I freaking love this minigame, okay? It is so funny, dude, and hilarious and fun and just addicting and so charming and just, I love it. I like it a lot. I love Captain Goomba, dude. Captain Goomba is my freaking boy, bro. And all the other captains too. Captain the Shy Guy, the freaking Boo, and the Koopa Troopa, the great captains, super hilarious dialogue. I absolutely love this, little mini game because it just kind of, it like gives you extra story details of like everything that happens during the actual story of the game. Like why Bowser actually lost his, or how he lost his memory. The whole thing about that whole bit was like so freaking funny, dude. It was so freaking funny, which is basically the whole point of, well, I don't want to spoil it, but Bowser's Minions totally, like, it just, yeah, it's so good. It's so good the way that they talk about and like, show how everything happened and all of the events and blah, blah, blah. And then you find out actually how he loses his memory. And then, then he remembers. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. I love it. And then, yeah. And again, I love that it like mixes all of the in-game main characters or NPCs of the main story into this mini game. It's so good. And even some of the characters you can actually recruit, like Prince Peasley, Starlo, I know is from another game. I haven't played it yet. I think it's from Bowser's Inside Story. I haven't played that yet, so I don't know about Starlo. But obviously they made this remake after Bowser's Inside Story's original version, the original game came out. So yeah, I don't know all of the little like jokes or puns that they made with Starlo, but it's fine. Like I will know one of these days, you know. But yeah, so yeah, I just love all of the story bits in this, you know, the personalities of all the characters, all of the, you know, the minions are fantastic. Fawful really shines a little bit more here as well, although he shines very, very bright in the main story. You know, that's why a lot of people, you know, actually love Fawful from the original version. You know, in the original story, the main story. But in this version, you get a little bit more detail of Fawful, but also the Koopalings. I love just being able to like see a little bit more, you know, like story details and stuff about the Koopalings, but also being able to like recruit them was super, super cool. And then in terms of the gameplay itself for Bowser's Minions, absolutely so much fun. It is a great time. It's definitely a mini game. It's not like a mainline game. Honestly, even if they came out with like this game on like an app store, I would totally buy it or play it. Like, I love this mini game. It's great. It's fantastic. You're building up your minions. You know, each type of enemy or minion has different pros and cons, different abilities, different special attacks. It's freaking fantastic, and just the art style of everything is so good, man. It brings everything more to life, and you just can't help but it just oozes charm, and I love it so much. So yeah, so I freaking love this game. Bowser's Minions was fantastic as well. I know that the remake of Bowser's Inside Story also has a version of this game, of this mini game, I think it's called like Bowser Jr.'s Journey, something like that. So I'm excited to play that. But yeah, overall, like, you know, Superstar Saga Remake plus Bowser's Minions is an absolutely incredible game. I love it so much. I mean, this is definitely probably like totally, like most likely, like maybe one of like my favorite freaking RPGs like ever, dude. Like, and the thing is, like, I don't know. I have to like really think about where I would put this in a ranking in terms of like all the RPGs I've played, but I freaking love this game. Basically, it's definitely one of my fondest, you know, nostalgic memories of a game, and it's definitely like a favorite for sure. I mean, Superstar Saga, this version of it is so good. It's just so good. I freaking love it, dude. So yeah, if you have not played this game, again, I totally recommend you guys doing it. Totally play it. Like, it's so good. Actually, the games themselves, the 3DS versions of them, are actually not that expensive. Like I said, I bought all of them. The only one that was really hard to find was Partners in Time, which is the only version that isn't on 3DS, and it's never got a remake. That was the hardest one to find. Luckily, I got it a little bit cheaper than the other games, but yeah, you know, overall, they're not that expensive, you know, Amazon or whatever, you know. But anyways, that's basically my final thoughts, or like, I guess, my review of this game. Again, absolutely love it, totally play it, and yeah, I'm excited. Right now, I've started Partners in Time, and so far I'm absolutely loving it. It goes back to the old school sort of like play style of the original Superstar Saga, obviously. But basically it's great. So I'm loving it so far, and I'm excited to continue this journey through all of the Mario and Luigi RPG games. So anyways, that was it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.